So the third one is analysis. And the analysis part is where you start when it comes to your finances. And truth be told, this can be applied to any situation in your life. I'm just tying into finances.
Right.
This is where you sit down and you have to get into the weeds, right? Okay. The weeds is first. Let's start out. Let's do a simple financial statement, and not to make it complicated, but a financial statement should track all your incomes,
Mm-hmm.
all your outflows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Okay.
then once you finish that, then you'll have your net cash flow,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Or your net worth, it depends on how you frame it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And in doing that, you have to be accountable for tracking every cent that you can. Now, the old school way to do
Okay.
it is if you got one checking account or however, how many checking accounts you got,
Yep.
go back to your accounts. To be told now in today's world, many
Mm-hmm.
of your bank statements will have a breakdown on
Yep.
how your money's been spent.
Yeah, it sure
Fair
will.
enough.
A
Okay.
graph
Okay.
or something on it.
So,
Yeah.
so at the very least, but see, if you got multiple checking accounts, you need to do it for both,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then combine them.
Yep.
Okay. And you need to
Okay.
specify what the money's being spent on. Now, this is what I come in contact with because, you can't create a plan of action if you have not considered all the inputs, right?
Mm.
That's going to create some open for fallibility later on, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what I
That makes
mean, if you're looking at checking account and it just says ATM cash withdrawal, right? And let's say you have some interest that you don't want anybody to know about.
Right.
Okay. Cool. I don't care what you do.
Right.
As long as they ain't hurting little kids and the old folk,
Right.
and animals
Right.
and pets,
Right.
do you.
Right.
But what you gotta do is
Mhm.
account
To
for it.
account for it. Yeah.
So if you don't want,
Okay.
if you don't want to detail what you spent that money on, just call it miscellaneous. Okay.
Just
Okay.
make sure you put it in there, though.
Just
Okay.
put it in there.
Yeah.
Just put it in there. So there are some apps out there now, and I'm going to mention the name. Can I mention names? I don't have any endorsements. I'm not attaching them, and I don't own them, so I'm not selling anything.
Yep.
These are just tools, that can
Right.
be used. But one you
So-
probably see advertised a lot is Rocket Money.
Okay.
There are three that I like a little better. One is called Origin, like the beginning, ORIGIN Financial.
Okay.
It's a great app. And what you have to do, you have to give your permissions to your checking accounts and
Oh.
to your credit card accounts. Okay.
Ooh.
And then that old school, going through each page of your bank statement,
Yep. Yep.
this AI does it within a minute. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Okay.
okay. But you have to give it permissions
Right.
to do it.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Another one is Copilot Money.
I know about Copilot. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And a third would be Monarch, like a royal,
Yeah.
MONARCH.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and of course, Rocket Money. And there maybe it's more out there. These are the ones that I'm familiar with, right?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and use this AI as a tool for good to help you dig down and help you break out that analysis, right?
Right.